I'm hearing that it's just the attacks from Israel on the Palestinians is justified on the basis of what Hamas did on the 27th of October. Is this something, all the stories that we're hearing, is that regardless of the proofs and the evidences, okay, that people seem to be claiming, is this something that we could expect from Hamas? Is this a behavior of Hamas? Is this something that
Yes.
we would expect from them?
Actually, living in during the first Intifada and following the different resistance movements, particularly the Islamic one and also the secular one over the last 20 years, I have not seen any action that would actually, on the contrary, what was seen in the first Intifada, that they were caring for the people. They wanted, there was trying to establish social security. People in the first Intifada, when people were being attacked and killed, they created this social structure of support within Palestine. And this was very evident. You see someone like the founding leader of Hamas, someone who was crippled, someone who was completely paralyzed, but Israel saw him as a great threat. This person was someone that challenges, and when you are challenging the Zionist occupation, you are not just challenging them, you are challenging all the Western powers behind them. And they did try. This is not the first time they tried to wipe out Hamas out of Gaza. In previous wars in Gaza, this was the open statement of the Israeli army that this is their aim. They wanted to wipe out the resistance in Gaza completely. And this, by the way, this is extremely important to bear in mind. This has been in the pipes. These plans have been in the pipes for quite a long time. The idea, this was put down on paper in an agreement between the Israelis and the Americans, known as the deal of the century. This is clearly stated that the aim is to disarm the resistance movement in Gaza. This is a clear aim, and this was supported by certain Arab states like the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain and those who started the normalization with Israel. The statements, watching what happened on the 7th of October, I can tell you for a fact, I know when Israel is lying. We have experienced Israel lie not once, not twice, 100 times. And you saw the best example just not long ago with Shireen Abu Akleh. Shireen Abu Akleh, an American Palestinian journalist, who was shot directly by an Israeli soldier. Israel denied it. Then they said she was caught in crossfire. Then they corrected the version and they said it was done by mistake. And eventually, Israel admitted to killing her, but there is no, once Israel, and they did this with the hospital, Al Ahli hospital in Gaza, they said they didn't do it. And eventually it was proven, and they said themselves that they bombed the garage, but they killed 471 people. And when Joe Biden came out of the plane, he said, yeah, to Netanyahu, yeah, I know you haven't done this. It wasn't you who did it. This is how complicit the West is in these attacks, unfortunately. And the stories of 40 babies being beheaded is something out of something Israel has done. This is something Israel has done in Deir Yassin, done in Tantura. And I recommend everyone here to watch a movie, a documentary done by Israelis about a massacre that took place. It's available on YouTube. A massacre that took place in Tantura with Israeli soldiers talking about what they did. This is the most, quote unquote, ethical army in the world. And this is their own statements of what they did in 1948. And maybe in a few years, we will hear them talk about what they did in Gaza. And we saw beheaded children in Gaza being killed by the Israeli forces, but we have not seen, and you will not see. You saw exactly the opposite. The resistance fighters sitting with Israeli children, playing with them, so they are not scared while they are waiting to withdraw back to Gaza.